I wanted. Okay, you guys are here. At first, my camera was not working, but you guys can see me now. Let me grab my laptop. I'm not trying to make my coffee too sweet, but this is not sweet. It's the weekend, so I'll just go a little bit heavier with the creamer. How is everybody? Dang, I'm telling you, when I come on live like earlier in the day, it don't be a lot of people on here. Yes, that's a lot of whipped cream, but it's the weekend. So I just want to talk to you really fast. Please let that be the right code. Okay, it is. I just want to talk to you guys. First of all, I just want to say happy Saturday. And it's so crazy because there's no people on here right now. But hey, guess what? You guys can always come back, look at the message, come back, engage. So I'm just going to keep going like there's 4,000 people in here. So I got my laptop right here because I want to talk about stop second guessing yourself and trust yourself. And I just got my laptop because there's like sometimes like if I'm really into a topic, I would like to kind of like brainstorm and like look up different things to like share with you guys or like pick up like a key point that I see. And then speak over it with you guys. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So let's go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you guys, stop second guessing yourself. I don't know if anybody can let me know if you guys ever came across like second guessing yourself, or when it comes to like decisions, you really don't trust yourself to make the right decision. So sometimes you like to kind of like be very indecisive. Now I have a lot of friends that are the same way as me. I thought it was just me, but with me, it's like with people I'm close to, then they're able to see my indecisiveness. But I have other friends that like I seen them be indecisive, but not. The reason why I bring it up my friends because I noticed that it's not just me, but yes, that's hitting the spot. But when it comes to me, it's like before I will make decisions and then I will get like chastised so bad for the decision that I made. So after me being in like big situations and not making the right decisions and then being chastised and talked about because I didn't make a right decision and I got judged for my mistakes, that really stuck with me and it made it very harder when it came to decisions like my everyday decisions or big life decisions or anything like that. I always tend to second guess myself a lot. So, and it's like even when in moments and times when I don't second guess myself and I feel strongly in what I'm saying, I still, the second guessing kind of like pops in. So when I was looking here, I had typed in it. It says to stop second guessing yourself, practice mindfulness to become aware of your doubts, refrain from negative thoughts, focus on taking action and learning from your mistakes rather than perfection, and trust your intuition and values over fear. Now let's talk about that intuition. We always need to trust our intuition. I go against my intuition. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but really making a decision and just trusting this decision. And if you don't make the right decision, just handle it after the fact if it's not the right decision, right? So, and it just really, I feel like with not second guessing yourself. I feel like that it comes, confidence comes with that. So I notice that in my life, as I make good decisions, and make, as I have good judgment, I'm starting to trust myself more when it comes to making decisions, or even when it even comes to my life. But it wasn't always that easy like that. And then it also says, now y'all may see me put like 3 or 4 more whipped creams in here, okay? Shh. Just let y'all know. It's the weekend, so I it's the weekend, so like on the weekend, I just, splurge a little bit. And then here it says, yes, I was just talking about that. It says developing self-confidence, accepting that there isn't always a right answer, and seeking support from a mentor can also help breaking the cycle of doubt. Now listen, now I've noticed that it's not always good to go to people when it comes to your life and your decisions, right? Sometimes you have to really trust yourself and lean on your own understanding, and don't always feel like you have to go and get other people's approval when it comes to you and your life. And I notice when like in the past, when I do what other people wanted me to do or what other people suggested for my life and my decisions, I was not happy. But I noticed once I started doing what I want to do, then I started noticing the happiness. Reptile Lover, what's good? I'm at my cousin's right now for the weekend though. Oh, nice. You're over there that fast? I didn't know you were on your way over there. I did not know that. Reptile Lover, do you ever have like self-doubt? Or do you find it hard for you to make your own decisions? Reptile Lover, I was on my way when we texted. Oh, okay. Does she live close to you? And it says right here, you guys, and it just says like, how do you shift your mindset to stop second guessing? I don't know if I'm the only one that deals with second guessing myself. I mean, I've came a long way, but my grandmother is always telling me not to second guess myself. So I'm working on that, but I just want everybody that is struggling with this to know if y'all working on it as well. Reptile Lover, yes, and I do have that sometimes. Second guessing, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm noticing that it's more common than usual, excuse me. But I don't know, we all have that one person that we know that just seems very like solid. And who they are in their decisions, like they know what they're doing with their life, they're on the right path, they're 1,000% confident, and that's where I want to get. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Oh, I like this. This one says acknowledgement and redirect thoughts. Become aware of your second guessing thoughts to catch them and act. When you notice yourself doubting, consciously redirect your thoughts to a more positive or action oriented direction. And now listen, Carrie, hi Carrie, how are you? And I love that it said that, because that's what I do. If I find myself second guessing, I start praying, or I start telling myself like, hey, don't beat yourself up because you don't know what right decision to make. And I channel my thoughts. And even if I am shaky on a decision, nobody else can tell. I'll show up like I'm just like very confident and very, and I stand firm. Ronnie, what's up? And I stand firm in my decision making. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like it's really hard shifting your thoughts. I'm gonna go now, but because it's loud, I'll text you though. Okay, that's what's up, Reptile Lover. I'll be looking for your text. So redirecting your thoughts, you guys, like with me, man, like I'm not gonna lie, like I told you guys, I used to think negatively really bad, really bad. And for years of practicing redirecting my thoughts and really shifting around and telling myself, because I used to have really intrusive just thoughts, like really dark, intrusive, negative thoughts. And I was stuck in that stage for a really long time. But I was like, look, like this is draining. Let's start thinking positive. Let's start telling ourselves, okay, like, because the first thing I'd be like, okay, like for example, oh, I'll apply for a job that I really want, right? Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, why you apply for it, girl? You know, damn goddamn well you ain't gonna get that goddamn job. You know, damn well you ain't. That is how I thought, right? And it was constantly about everything in my life. So what I did is I just took a step back and I was like, okay, but listen, but what if you get the job? Even if you have like major doubt, what if you believe 5%? But don't count yourself out, you know, stay confident, still submit the application. Like, those are adjustments that I had to make to shift my way of thinking. And it really helped. It took a while for me to get here, but I can tell you that I'm glad that it took years for me to master that, because now it's like I'm on a high cloud, a positive high cloud, and I'm always there. And no matter what I'm going through, I know how to redirect my thoughts. I know how to change my mood. I know how to readapt, and I know how to reset and take a step back. Like, I learned all that, but it took time and effort for me to learn that. How many of you guys like really fear? I know a lot of people feel like, you know, they don't like the pressure of fear or the what if or to take risks, so they're okay with being content. Now, I'm going to tell you guys now, I'm not a content person, okay? I'm not content at all, and I like to dare to be great, be bold, leap, jump, risk. I've always been that type of person that always like, you only live once type of person. So, excuse me, but fear, I don't know what was more terrifying. I think it was terrifying that me with fear, I was terrified of fear. But once I conquered me being terrified of fear and I was able to jump over fear, on the other side, it was just, everything was better. Peace, positivity. It was like behind that hill of fear, it's limitless hope. Okay? But to jump over fear, it was very hard. I was scared, but I just started leaping, you guys. Like, in my life, I was like, man, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get the job. I'm gonna apply anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna get the gig. I'm gonna try out anyway. I don't know if they're gonna like, you know, my audition, but I auditioned anyway. Like, and I think a fear stops people from doing a lot of different things. But that's what it says. It says, instead of letting fear of making, what is it? Focus on values, not fear. Instead of letting fear of making a mistake drive your decisions, consider which choice reflects who you want to be. Now that's deep, because I was scared making a decision. Let me see, Ronnie.
I got you. Will not overcome fear, but action will.
Excuse me? Hold up, come read it to them, because they don't know what you're saying from afar. I want you guys to hear this. I want you guys to hear this quote. Reptile lover. I thought you were gone. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so here are some quotes right now. Quotes on overcoming fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That's what I was telling you guys. I was terrified of fear. Terrified. Do the thing you fear most, and the death of fear is certain. Okay, let me read the ones that I agree with, okay, and understand. Right here, thinking would not overcome fear, but action will. That's deep. Oh, okay, listen to this. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. I told you guys what I said. On the other side of fear, it's limitless belief. Told you guys. Let's read one last one. He who has overcame his fears will truly be free. Thank you so much for that. Let me see. Ronnie said, that's what I'm trying to do now. So much negative energy around me till the point it's ridiculous. Listen, is it the people around you? Now, I noticed that a lot of people around me, man, they were not a reflection of what I felt inside. And I'm just saying, like, that I am like the free-spirited, just love people, happy, go lucky, just on positivity high all the time. And when I looked around in my life in one period of time, everybody around me was just reflecting toxic and confusion. And I feel like I was very confused and toxic, which I was at one period of my life. But once I got everybody that was bringing all that uncertainty around me, man, it was blissful. It was really great. So to Ronnie, man, listen, just know that even though like everything, you have a lot of negative energy around you right now, just know that you can most definitely, you know what I'm saying, um, shift that. And listen, a lot of people feel like, okay, if they got negative friends around them or they got people that are like their family and stuff, that they're obligated. You're not obligated. If their spirit and the way they are and what they're doing is making an impact on you, you can remove it. That's what I learned. Because I used to, I'm always really big on loyalty, and I do not know how to walk away from things. I don't. When it comes to people that I love, friends, family, anything, I'm a loyal person. No matter how that person is, we became friends, and I feel like God made us become friends for a reason. Or you know what I mean? But we're related, and I feel like blood is just always thicker than water, but that ain't always true. And yeah, I said it. But it's like, I started learning, but look at, what are you going to do, Mai? Is it loyalty or your peace? Which one? And I call it negative loyalty. Because I'm loyal to them, but in return, I'm getting negativity from them or my peace. So for the longest time, I was fighting it. And I was, let me look, reptile over, okay. XNO333 said peace. Yes, listen. It's for a minute I was like, peace, okay? I was like, nah, we picking loyalty because they're loyal to me and they're always there for me, so I'm gonna pay it in return, but at what cost? At what cost? I was constantly getting dragged, talked about, people were snakes, people were just backstabbers, all that. What did it take? So I was like, okay, so my peace is better than that. I'm gonna let go. But it took a minute. Okay, that's no more whipped cream. It took a minute for me to let go, but I ended up letting go. I don't want to hear this one, but we gonna read it. Embrace uncertainty and imperfection. Recognize that uncertainty is a natural part of life and that there isn't always a single right answer. Strive for progress and not perfection. I am always majority. Someone said XNO. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize. 233. Loyalty and personal boundaries are in limits. Yes. But I didn't know boundaries. When I love you, there are no boundaries. When I love you and I got you, that's it. There's no boundaries for me. That's how it was. And I noticed that a lot of people were taking advantage of that. And they were treating me any type of way because they knew no matter what, I was always going to remain their friend. I was always going to remain around them. They knew that. You know? So it's like, but I was just so drained, you guys. I don't know if you guys ever been around people that just suck you dry, suck your spirit dry so badly. And those are the type of people I was around. I was so busy pouring in everybody around me, but nobody was pouring into me or returning what I was giving them. It was always like me trying to save them, and I turn around and then after me saving them, they want to get mad at me and do me dirty. You get what I'm saying? So it's been a beautiful journey, but it's been a lot of lessons learned. It's been a lot of lessons learned and a lot of doors that were shut, and I have not opened them back up. And every time I went back and tried to open them back up, I always regretted it. And listen, when you're trying to elevate, you're trying to change, you're going to notice that the people around you, a lot of the people around you, I'm so sorry to break it to you, but listen, they're not going to change. No matter what you do, no matter how many chances you give them, they're not going to change. I had one friend like that. She would do like some foul shit. And she was always starting stuff and doing things that was just very strange, man. Like very, very strange. For example, like I threw a party once, and then like she had a friend that my friend didn't like because she tried to talk to my friend's husband, right? So in front of my friend actually. So I was like, what is that? So then my friend at the time, I went to her and I was like, hey, like I don't know if you know, like I understand that your friend is drinking and stuff like that, but she can't be going around here like talking to other people's like husbands and rubbing on them and doing all this like she, like, honestly, what she's doing, she deserves the hands. I'll be honest with you, because it's straight up disrespectful, right? So, but me, I'm always thinking positive. So I was like, okay, maybe she's just drunk. Maybe she didn't mean it like that. And so my other best friend, I was like, hey, like, maybe it wasn't what it was. She was like, listen, bro, I seen it with my own 2 eyes, and it was very disrespectful, right? She was like, hey, like, I'm just telling you. So like, what I'm saying? You invited me over here, like, what's going on, right? So I was like, okay. So I went to the other friend, and I went to my other friend, and I talked to my other friend. I put her to the side. I'm like, hey, look, like, I don't know what your friend's on, but she's your friend. She's not my friend. She's cool with you, so and I'm cool with her. I was cool with everybody, you guys. That's another problem. But I was cool with everybody, friends with everybody. And so I was like, you need to talk to your friend. You know what I mean? So like ever since then, I told her, hey, my other friend, don't fool with that, because she felt like that was disrespectful. Okay? Whatever. So then I threw a party, right? And my other best friend and her husband, they were at the party, right? So my other friend, she came. Now listen. I told her the situation. She knew the situation and everything. Why did she still bring that? Why did that friend that did that? She brought the friend with her to the party. Okay, she brought the friend with her, and this follow me. She brought the friend with her to the party, and then my other best friend was about to fight me. She was she was about to fight me, and she was like, look, she was like, bro, I'm really about to throw the hands on you. I'm like, what did I do? She's like, and listen, every time I threw parties, there were always a lot of people there. Okay, always a lot of people, always. So I didn't even know she was talking about. That's how many people was there. I was like, who are you talking about? She's like, bro, she brought homegirl, right? And I'm like, what? So then I went to my friend. I pulled her to the side. I'm like, hey, what's up with this? Like, you already know the situation, bro. Like, if you were wanting to bring her or something, then you should have came and talked to me. Why would you do that, right? Why'd you do that? I was like, why would you do that? She was like, oh, like, bro, listen. She when she was talking to me, you could tell she was on some grimy shit. Excuse my language. You could tell she was on some grimy stuff, right? So I was like, bro, like, now you're hating. I sense jealousy. Now you're trying to start stuff, right? So that's one example. I don't want to get into detail, but that's one example, right? So circle back. That same friend did a whole bunch of stuff, right? A whole bunch of stuff. So after that, I was like, look, like, this is not a friendship. And I told her, I was like, look, you're not the type of person you're not the person that I met my sophomore year of high school. Like, you got into bad relationships. Whoever you interacted with, I don't know, you allow them to change your heart. And the person that you are now, I don't know who that person is, right? So it's like, after that, but the friend would never apologize, but then she would still continue to send me friend requests, right? And I'm like, bro, you done all this foul stuff and you never even said you never apologized, but you think I'm just gonna, before, as an idiot, I would just accept her friend request and then just start talking to her like nothing was wrong. I'm not doing that. Like, you don't even have the decency to apologize for all the foul stuff you did, but then you think I'm just going to accept. So that's a boundary that I put in place, and I didn't even, you guys would be proud of me, I didn't even talk to her anymore. I didn't even accept the friendship, ain't talked to her in years. So it's very important to put boundaries in place, and when you have a friend like that, bro, listen, unfortunately, friends change, and they're never the same. They're not the same. She got in a relationship with somebody that just did not treat her right, and it just turned her into a whole other person that I ended up disliking. Because I was like, look, I'm not that type of person. I don't like people arguing. I don't do foul stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, now you put me in a situation because she thinks that I invited you and told you to bring your friend. Like, you don't need nobody like that in your life. Hopefully y'all follow my story. Let me see. X and 3D3's heroes superheroes don't have heroes. Oh my God. Superheroes don't have heroes. That is deep. That is deep. And I can relate to that because I feel like that. I'm always saving everybody else, but sometimes I'd be like, who's going to save me? You know what I'm saying? But Jesus and God, they always save me. But I'm like, I love that you said that. X no 3D3 said That's true. Mark Carl was total over people like that. Now listen, now that is sad. Did they try to get you another car? I'm not trying to be negative, but let me see. No. Did they give you money for a car? Yeah, that's good. Learn about karma. They have karma on them from you being peaceful. Yes. And listen to that. After that, that friend, she didn't really have no good luck. And I'm not saying that I pray for her. I pray for her. But she did one final thing that was a draw. And I was like, look, like, let's just end this friendship because the way this is going, like literally, like me and you are gonna end up throwing hands. Like that's where I got to. So I was like, you know what? Nobody's worth that. Just cut her off, and that's it. And that was the best decision I ever could have made. The best decision I ever could have made. And some people you gotta watch out because some people can be jealous of you, and you not know it, and they come into your life, and because they're jealous of you, they just have envy, and they want to mess up everything around you. And I have a lot of, I'm sorry, you guys, but a lot of women are very jealous of me. And it took me now to really sit back and look and see, because a lot of females, I don't even know why they don't like me. I have no idea, but they're jealous. They're very, very jealous. So you cannot have jealous people around you. They'll mess up your whole entire life. And I had a lot of people that low-key did not like me and hated me, and they messed up my whole entire life. Tried to. They tried to. But God kept bringing everything that they were doing, and bringing everything that they were bringing what they were doing to my intention. And I try to ignore the signs, but he keep bringing it back up. Like, nope, here you go. Look, no, this I'm showing you. So what you gonna do? X no 333. I ain't got nothing from it. Empty promise, but I know karma will get them. Yep. Did you ever get a new car? Listen, I just pray that God bless you with the new car, or is going to bless you with the new car. But I really hope that you got better people around you, because you deserve way better than that. Way better than that. And I'm glad that you shared your story, because I thought I was the only person that really came across some grimy people. And then the people that were grimy try to make me feel like I was the grimy one. I'm the most solid one. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I noticed that the loyalty I gave people were not giving me that type of loyalty. And they're across me for people that don't even got them like I got them. Yep. I hope you will. And I got up and out of that situation. Well, I thank God that you got up and out of that situation. And as long as you have breath in your body and you continue to set boundaries like we've been talking about, you're just going to have this smooth sailing in life. You got what I'm saying? Also, it says here, captivate self-compassion, treat yourself with kindness, and remember that making mistakes is normal and part of learning and growth. I don't like making mistakes. I don't know if you guys can relate. I do not like making mistakes. It's going to happen. I'm not perfect. But when I make mistakes, they take me down. They take me down. And I want to make the best decision. But listen, a lot of people make decisions based off how they feel. I make decisions based off how the people I love around me feel. And I listen to what they got to say before I even evaluate and see how I feel about the situation. And sometimes that's not always good, you know? But that's how I am. I care about how my decision is going to impact others. I don't care about how it's going to impact me. Also, let's see. I also wrote some things down too. Let me see. We talked about that, accepting mistakes, confidence in your abilities. That's another thing, you guys. Sometimes I don't have confidence. Sometimes I be lacking confidence in my decisions, but I notice that the more I win in life, the more that I'm like, girl, you got this. Girl, you making the right decision. Girl, you striving. You know what I mean? So, X0333. People walk around with masks, and I find it helpful to put up your mirror against negative people like that. Listen, people are not who they are, who they say they are. But I can tell you about me that God has blessed me with the gift to what is it? I believe it's called the gift of discernment. So if I'm talking to somebody, I can shake your hand and I can feel what type of spirit that you have. Or I can shake your hand and I can tell you what type of person that you are. Like many people that I've been close with, they will introduce me to their friends or girlfriends, something like that. And I would tell them, hey, that person's not it, right? I'll be like, nah, something about that person, man, it's not sitting well with me. And they will ignore me. They'll ignore me. Yeah, Xna said, 333 said, me too. Yes, see? They'll ignore me and then they'll later be like, hey, you told me about this person. I'm like, bro, what I tell you? So the thing is like people can't hide a mouse from me, but I'm very, very particular in who I have around me. I've always been like that. I do not have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have are very, very 100% solid individuals, and they put it with me because I'm not the easiest person to always get along with. But everybody around me, they love me for me, and I love them. But their loyalty is real. For real. And those are the only type of people that I like around me. If your loyalty is not real, man, and you go around here talking about everybody and being two-faced and stuff like that, being you, we can't be friends. X, no. Am I saying your name right? How do you say it? 333. Me and you have a lot of similarities. I'm noticing that. I'm noticing that. So, and everything that I'm reading to you guys about second guessing yourself, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm really working on it. X don't kind of just let that person I know. And then they came back. I don't like saying I told you so. Say it like Zeno. Oh, okay. Zeno. Okay, gotcha. Came back, I told you so. People gotta learn on their own. You could tell somebody something until your face turned green. They gotta learn on their own. But Stephanie, if you got that one friend that like don't want to let go of a relationship but always constantly bringing you in it, bro, they gotta find out. They gotta find out on their own. I don't know if you guys have. I have friends that will always pick their boyfriends over everybody. And I'm the type of person like no matter if I'm in a relationship, married, whatever. Like if me and you are already friends and we talked all the time, no matter who I'm with, we still gonna talk all the time. We hung out all the time, we still gonna hang out. It does not change. A lot of people get in relationships and they feel like, you know, they have to just cut everybody off and just focus on the person that they're with. To me, I know that God is always with me. Check out Andrea's story. Find peace and strength today. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna read that on the Bible app after I get out of here. But a lot of people let relationships consume them. I'm the type of person like, look, even though we together, I still want you to live your life and I still live my life. The person I'm with now, he went to Vegas with his friends, all types of stuff. I didn't even blow up his phone. I'm not in that type. Go have fun. Because at the end of the day, like, you had a life before me. You have friends before me. And with me, you have friends. But still live your life. Like, I don't believe just getting in a relationship and cutting everybody off. But it can happen. Most definitely if you're in a toxic relationship that just stresses you out. Zeno said, it's crazy because sometimes it feels like you are not in the same dimension as everybody. Say it again. The reason why I roll my eyes because the way my spirit and the way that I am, it does not blend in with the world that we have today. It does not. Like, I noticed that everybody is like, who was it? It was like Serena Williams, right? I seen her. She didn't even look the same. I'm like, it's like everybody's getting all this work done to their face. But listen, you do what you want with your body, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys something. You do what you want with your body, but I see people, even famous people, you know what I'm saying? Like Serena Williams. I didn't even notice who she was. People are getting work done. People are getting all types of different things done to their body. Everybody is doing everything to keep up with the world. Everybody's doing that. Okay? I can easily be that type of person. I've always used to want implants all the time, right? I always wanted implants. And for a minute, I was going to get some, right? But then I was like, God gave me the type of body that he wants me to have. And do I really want to go and change it? Not only that, you guys know DC Fly, the comedian, his girlfriend lost her life over getting plastic surgery. So it's like all these different factors. But with me, I'm like, God made my body the way he made it. So I'm just going to stick with, you know how back in the day, like natural beauty was the best beauty. You know what I mean? Like back in the day in the 90s, like nobody had surgery. Nobody had none of that stuff. They showed up naturally themselves and they loved themselves. And that's just always, I had the mindset. Like everybody's with these trends. Listen, you guys know that there's a high turnover for the trends. There's one trends, then it's not, then it's another trend. Like I was talking to one of my friends and we're talking about how having a big boobs and butts was a trend. Now everybody's back to being muscular and all cut up. Like the trends are always changing. And I'm like, look, like I'm not going to keep changing myself physically to fit in with what society expects me to be. I'm going to stay true to me. Let me see. Zeno said demonic play work. Ooh, can you define what that is? Zeno said, yeah, always stay natural. I agree. I agree. That's what I tell myself. I was like, yeah, because I always wanted implants ever since I was like, what was I like freshman year? I always wanted. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm straight. I was like, I'm straight. I am straight. So it looks like I have been on here for about 34 minutes, you guys. I need to go, and I bought the wrong item on Amazon. So I need to go and drop it off before like 5 o'clock. I wanted to take a nap, but I was like, let me go ahead and do the slide so later I can come back on. What's the topic? Junior M. The topic is stop second guessing yourself and trust yourself. That's the topic. So I was just talking about different ways on how not to second guess yourself, trust yourself, practice mindfulness. Don't beat yourself up about making mistakes. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because JR said 100. Yes. The reason why I wanted to talk about that because I'm the type of person like I second guess myself a lot. But the more that I like remind myself of who I am, like, girl, you're very like mentally strong. Like, you work real hard. You're a boss. You gonna make the right decisions. Once I started talking to myself like that, then I noticed that I show up differently when it comes to my life and how I live my life. You know what I mean? Free spirited. That's how I always live my life. But that's the topic. Because I don't know if anybody else. I like to talk about stuff that's a challenge to me. Because I'm noticing that the more I talk and the more that I share things with people, I notice that a lot more people can relate to what I'm saying. And I just be coming off the dome, like just honest about the way that I'm feeling. And I love it because I really wish that like 10 years ago that I had a YouTube, okay? So that way I can like talk and connect because everything that I was experiencing in my life, I just thought it was just only me dealing with it. But I noticed that no, it's a lot of people that feel the exact same way. So I've been making like great connections with being on live and really talking to you guys and really just sharing my thoughts. So I think that's pretty dope. Junior M, is that a topic that is interest you? Junior M said, we as people have way more in common than most realize. We just never talk to each other no more. No, I noticed that. I feel like everybody else is like so secretive and like I don't know, people are just weird. Like I remember growing up, like everything was more private, but like if family members, if let's say if your uncle and aunt like are split up or something like that, then they go and they tell their people, and then their people try to throw a party and all that stuff to try to bring them back. But I feel like it was more conversations and people were trying to help people more, Junior M, than now. You tell me if you can relate to that. And I noticed that too, because I like, with me, I'm the type of person that speaks up. So if I'm doing something or if I feel some type of way or anything, I always say how I feel. And I'm glad because when I speak how I feel, people say, hey, I didn't want to say that, but I'm glad that you spoke up because I can relate to what you're saying. Junior M said, yes, I agree. Okay, yes, facts. And it's like I'm always the person that's going to speak up. Even at work, for example, let's say if there's something going on, or if I'm running into a problem, or if there's something I don't agree with and I voice my opinion, 9 times out of 10, there's other people that feel the same way, but they just don't have the heart to say it, And it's like things that I go through, I'm not scared to share them because I know when I went through things in my life, I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. So I'm being the person to others that I wish that I had, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Zeno said, right. Zeno, you hanging on, huh? I appreciate you. Junior M said, I'm definitely that voice, the asshole, if you will, and but the asshole, if you will, not an asshole, just they don't have the heart. Now listen, I'm very like that. Like I consider myself an asshole too, but I'm an asshole made over. So I feel like I'm softer. But bro, like if I got to, then I'll bring that out. It just depends on you. You know what I mean? Because like I don't have a problem with speaking up or telling people things, but in a respectful way. But that's just me. But now that I'm older, I'm learning how to like channel that. But in my younger days, please, you can tell me nothing. I did not care. Mike outside, you for real, 100 facts, bro. Like, and a lot of people don't like the way that I carry myself because they're like, a woman not supposed to speak like that. I don't care what y'all say. Like, I don't care how y'all think I need to represent myself. Like, one thing I'm going to do is speak up. I got a voice, I'm gonna speak up. And if I'm next to somebody that doesn't have the voice to speak up, I'm gonna speak up for them. Like I'm not type of person, like if a bully tries to throw hands on somebody and that person's not throwing hands back, oh trust me, I got all day. Okay? You hear me? I got all day. They won't let the hands fly. They just gonna let you hit on them. Try something. What's up? Try a real yeah, fill in the blank. That's just me. Junior M, respectfully 1000. Zeno, meditate and keep energy high. You got to. Listen, I meditate and I just sit in silence. I like just sitting in silence and sitting with my thoughts. Or even when I go on walks, I'll go on walks and I'll leave my phone at home. Just the wind, you guys, like just being in the moment. And one period of my life, it was so dysfunctional. I just never, my mind was so like just overcrowded. And now, you know, I've done like the growing and I was able to clear my mind out, if that even makes sense. But just clear my mind and just it's just peace. It's just peace. But you got to meditate. I journal a lot too. But I'd be scared. I'd be scared my journal, knock on something. I just don't want my journal to get lost. Junior M said, I love sitting by the lake and just zoning out when things get heavy. Oh, man, I love that. You know what? I was just thinking because right now where I'm at, it's really hot, but we have like lakes all around. So I was thinking about just getting a cover, one of my little favorite covers, just going to the park and just like buying a sandwich. You guys, I love Jersey Mike's sandwiches. Buying a sandwich or even like some iced coffee or something, little snacks, and just sitting by the lake and just like chilling, man. Chilling. Like just silence or even playing a little bit like of like R&B. I like R&B, you guys. I love R&B, techno. I love all types of music. But I don't like all that. Like, you know, like some people just listen to all that. I'ma shoot a club. Like all that crunk music. Like all that crunk music. I can't listen to that all day. I'm telling you, I just can't. And lo-fi music, I love lo-fi music. Zeno, yeah, spending time in the nature is meditative. Yeah, for sure. I want to go hiking more, but it's just a little bit too hot. But for sure. Junior M, I'll take some lo-fi on them days. Yes, lo-fi is the best. My dad was like, what kind of music is this? I'm like, lo-fi. I love lo-fi. Honestly, even when I'm working and stuff, I just like to pop it on my earphones. I love lo-fi. I remember I used to only listening like Little John 24/7. Yeah. 24/7. And didn't understand why I always wanted to fight. I was like, why fuck I just want to just go up and just throw hands right now? Yeah, it's the music. You gotta watch. You gotta watch what you're listening to, man. You gotta watch what you're entertaining. That's another thing. People don't realize that. Like, people watch the news and stuff. I don't watch the news. And when people start talking about the news or talking about negativity, I tell them, hey, like, can we change the tone? Can we change the topic? You know, can we change the topic? I'm really mindful of what I'm pouring into myself. Very, 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 very highly aware. Zeno said, right, yeah. And a negative person, once I find out a person is just so negative, I learn, because you know you gotta have a conversation with people to really learn who they are. Once I learn that somebody is like negative, bro, that's it. I'm not gonna talk to them no more high and by, but that's it. Other being friends, conversating every day, no, not me. Not me, you guys. When you live in dysfunction for so long, man, you don't want to live there no more. You don't want to live there no more. Listen, God has been changing me over. I don't even even when I cuss, right? Or if I curse, I hear God tell me, now, did you feel that was necessary? And I tell myself, I'm like, why did I cuss? There was no reason to. Or let's say if situations coming up and I want to yell, or if I want to get irritated, right? It's like I get irritated and I may get snappy, but my body and my spirit and God's telling me, look, why? You're just doing it because that's the behavior that you're used to. That's not who you are anymore. You don't got to yell to get your point across. You don't got to snap. You don't got to do that. That's what I've been noticing the past 2 weeks. I've been opening my Bible and praying, and I noticed that my old behaviors that I asked God to deliver me from try to show up, but my spirit is not, it's not aligning. It's not aligning. Like if I yell and stuff, it's like my spirit's like, okay, now that was really unnecessary. Like you didn't even need to do all that. Zeno, if certain places feel off, I just leave always. Junior M, takes too much energy to be fake around them kind of people. If you can't be at peace, the price to be fake is much high. Junior M, now listen. People used to shame me all the time. They're like, man, like you need to know like when and when not to, like when you're around people. And I'm like, I am myself. And when I tried to be what society wanted me to be, I was very unhappy. And I notice now that I just show up as I am, it's the best feeling in the world. And Junior M, listen, faking it and trying to be something that you're not is like, it takes so much energy. Like I remember one time I used to try to change my voice up because people were saying like, my voice is way deeper than what this is, but I'm so used to like talking at a higher pitch because when I used to talk with a lot more bass, people didn't understand me. But it's like, I was forcing myself to talk even higher because people were saying that my voice is too manly. You know how exhausted I was at the end of the day by doing that? And how people are like, why are you talking like that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you guys asked me that because why am I talking like that for real? Like, it's crazy. Zeno, society wants you to be a machine in beauty and material. Listen, I told you guys I wanted to be like Paris Hilton. My body type is nowhere near Paris Hilton. Never. No. And it's like, bro, I will never be what society wants me to be. Never. Never. To society, I will never be enough. But that is fine because to me, I am enough. That's what matters. Junior M, some settings is needed, professional settings, etc. Yes, for sure. And even at work, you guys, I don't make work friends. I'm cool with people, but I really show up to my job and I do my work. Like, I don't even entertain people like that. They always say, oh, you seem kind of standoffish. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm here just to work. We ain't friends. And I notice at work, when you don't even conversate with people like that and you just keep it as is and just keep it professional, it's way less drama than that. Way less drama. I met the messiest people in my workplace. The messiest people in my workplace. And they taught me, I was like, nope, you can't be trusted, bro. Nope. Can't be trusted. Well, this was a really great live, you guys. We talked about stop second guessing, and we covered a lot of different topics. So other people that came, or even people that decided to come back later to check out the live, you guys got a lot to unpack because we talked about a lot. I just want to give a shout out to Zeno333 and also Junior M for y'all just taking the time to really talk and really like, you know, throw in the chat you guys' thoughts and really just like, bro, both of you guys have like I could tell you guys got like beautiful spirits and a beautiful mind. And I just really, I'm glad that the way that I am, I'm learning that in life, there's other people out there that sees it the same way that I see it. You know what I'm saying? Junior M, to have a blessed day. You too. Like, thank you so much for coming in here and spitting some knowledge. For real. You subbing? That's what's up. I appreciate it. Zeno333, most definitely have a blessed day. You too. Like, I really appreciate you both for like just coming and talking to me, guys. Talking to me, you guys. Like, y'all really, really made my day. This was a great conversation. So I love you guys so much. Until next time, okay? God bless y'all. Remember, high energy always. You know what I'm saying? We vibing and thriving over here all day. I'm out.